November 19th, 2004. The world is shaken by the cinematic masterpiece, National Treasure. December 21st, 2007. The adventure continues with National Treasure, Book of Secrets. 2011 came and the world waited in anticipation, but nothing came. It's now 2018. 10 years. 10 long years since Benjamin Franklin Gates solved a clue. 10 years of deep, deep depression as humanity sat in misery. Where's the next installment? What are Ben, Abigail, and Riley up to nowadays? What's on page 47? The world needs answers, which is why I did some research. So it appears there was a script finished in 2010, but it's rumored to have conflicted with the same plot of Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides finding the Fountain of Youth. So they deferred the movie. 10 years. So the last update of the script is from September 1st, 2017, where Jerry Bruckheimer said that the new script was finished, but Disney was not satisfied with the story. So it looks like Bruckheimer's on board, as well as the writers who wrote the script. And although Nicolas Cage is pretty particular about the movies he chooses to make, I think we could get him. The movie's made almost $400 million. Why wouldn't they make another one? So it appears the only problem is that Disney's not satisfied with the script. And you know what they say.
If there's something wrong, those who have the ability to take action have the responsibility to take action.
And since I have fingers and Final Draft 10, it looks like it's my responsibility. That's right, I'm gonna write National Treasure 3. You're welcome, world. Alright, so where should we start? I guess we're gonna need a treasure. List of missing treasures. Oh, perfect, a Wikipedia page. Oh, what do you got here? Oh, the crown jewels of England. Wait, Johnny English found those. Can't do that. Lost ink and gold. Already found that. Already found that one. Ooh, the Nazi gold train. That sounds kind of curious. Nazi gold train. Ooh, I like this. I like this. But the problem is that if the Nazi gold train, it's probably in Europe, and then it would no longer be National Treasure, it would be International Treasure, and that would be a different movie. I've toyed with the idea of calling the third movie International Treasure, but that just seems off-brand, and I want to keep it concise. I don't want to pull just a complete off-brand movie. I wanted to keep it National Treasure. The problem is that the treasure must be in America. Now I know what you're thinking, oh, that's ridiculous. One treasure in America, now there's 2 treasures in America. What are the chances there's gonna be 3 buried treasures in America and the same guy's gonna find them? Guess what? This is Disney. That's how it works. Statistics, logic, reasonability, you throw that out the window when you write Disney movies. That's not important. Okay, next treasure. Oh, what do we got here? Ooh, Confederate gold. Wait. Matthew McConaughey found that. Matthew McConaughey found that. You can't do that one. Alright, you know what? I think I'm just gonna make up my own treasure. We don't need to do one of these treasures because we already found the good ones. The City Gold, the Mason treasure. I'm gonna make up my own treasure. That's decided. Alright, so let's think of some new treasures I could do, okay? So when I first saw this movie, I was 8. And I was sold, I loved it, I thought it was awesome. I was going home, putting lemon juice on everything. I remember I would get my homework, I would put lemon juice all over it, and the teacher would be like, hey, excuse me, why does all your homework smell like lemons? I was looking for clues. There could be clues on the homework. I was checking for invisible messages. Anyways, we really need to resonate with the kids. So what do kids like nowadays? Alright, I made a list. Kids like vapes, Bitcoin, stem cell research, space. What if we do like a futuristic thing, you know? Like what if there's some treasure in space? Okay, I got an idea. What if, you know, Mr. Musk is putting up some secret treasures up there? We could call the movie National Treasure 3 Elon's Secrets. Hey Elon, what's going on with the Falcon Heavy rocket? What's in that? Are you hiding something? Is this a real body? Who is this? Is that a mannequin or one of your enemies? What's going on, Elon? You know what? We would need him to sign away his life rights and no, too difficult. This is a lot harder than I thought. Wait, what if Ben is the president? What if Ben is the president and he needs to break Ian Howe out of prison? That could work. And it'll be like, Mr. President, why are you breaking him out of prison? You could just pardon him. He's like, no time. The Nazi gold train secrets. We must get him. See, the problem with National Treasure is that you have to be ridiculous enough to have secret messages on the back of the Declaration of Independence, but not ridiculous enough to where you're the president breaking people out of prison. Hamilton's popular. What if we do like a Hamilton kind of thing? Because he was a founding father. Hamilton was American history. That'd be kind of cool. You know, we could have it start out like, Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander Hamilton. And I've hidden lots of money. Go find it. National Treasure 3, Sasquatch's Secret Tunnel. Oh. National Treasure 3, Trump's Hidden Chest. I need to work on this. I'm gonna put together some ideas, analyze some films, and get back to you. Hi, welcome back. It's been about a week since I started this project, and it's going great. I've plotted the entire story of National Treasure behind me. Let me show you. These blue notes here are clues, and the final note is the treasure. So the idea of the movie is to go from clue to clue to clue to clue to treasure. Pretty simple, but it gets a little more complex. You also have to throw in issues, stealing declarations, blowing up boats, the FBI, spiral staircases of death. You also need to add a car chase. Throw in a couple riddles, add a couple fake clues. Fake clue. Right here is actually a list of arbitrary facts that have nothing to do with the actual story, but just show Ben's intelligence. You of course need to add some snarky Riley remarks and emotions. Ben and his father, they don't get along. Oh, it's so sad. Abigail and him, kind of a love interest going on. It makes the whole thing come together. But the real key thing to a National Treasure movie is the MacGuffin. So a MacGuffin is basically a plot device to further the story. It's basically the motive of the main character. Now the audience does not care whatsoever about the MacGuffin, but it's very important to the character. So most people think that the movie's about Nicolas Cage trying to find the treasure. No, he'd like to find it, it'd be cool, but he's not motivated to find it. He's motivated to save the Declaration of Independence. This not only furthers the plot, but shows that he's a moral character and not greedy, like Indiana Jones. Let's move over to Book of Secrets. Alright, so Book of Secrets has the same exact formula as National Treasure, with a couple added things. The first thing you notice is that they added more clues. Bigger movie, more clues. Keep up with me, okay? The other big difference is that they throw in a different ending. As opposed to finding the treasure and then everything's good, they threw in an issue after the treasure. And that issue is, the treasure room floods. Dang! Don't worry, no one important dies. The movie's also very, very formulaic. The most formulaic movie I've ever seen. It's a perfect 4-act movie. Pause every 30 minutes, it's a crucial plot point. I'll show you. Exactly 30 minutes into the movie, they start their first escapade, breaking into Buckingham Palace. 30 minutes later, on the dot, is when Ben Gates says, I'm gonna kidnap the President of the United States. He goes from deciding to kidnap the President to kidnapping the President in 6 minutes. It's a fast-paced movie, you gotta keep up with the action. And then at exactly a minute 30 is when they pull the latch and get into the City of Gold. The most formulaic movie ever. Now let's get to the good part. Page 47. This is all we know about it. A couple things. 1, Ben can help with it. 2, it's good, whatever that means. And 3, it's life-altering. That's all we know. Ben can help with it, it's good, and life-altering. So I gotta incorporate that somehow. We're done! I'm not joking. I literally wrote National Treasure 3. Boom, National Treasure 3, The Ancient Kingdom. Check that flat out. This is not a joke. I literally wrote National Treasure 3. It's 141 pages of crap. I'll be honest. It's not very good. I try to stick to the formula. I try to go by the rules I put forward a couple months ago, but it was tricky. I mean, trying to get the clues to work and everything being correct and make sense and also be a homage to the other movies, it was super, super hard and I failed. But there's a good couple tidbits. The first 17 pages I really like. I set up the characters good. The intro sequence is kind of nice, but then it gets pretty ridiculous. So let's get into the script. So it's called National Treasure 3: The Ancient Kingdom, and as you can tell, it's about a ancient kingdom. It stars, of course, Ben, Riley, and Abigail. I also threw in James Madison Gates, Ben and Abigail's son. Emily Appleton makes an appearance. John Voight's character, Patrick Gates, he's dead, killed him off. John Voight apparently doesn't act anymore in movies, so put the kibosh on him. Also, we have a new antagonist, Seth Moriarty, a billionaire industrialist who's very power hungry. It's kind of like a Ian Howe on steroids. I think Christopher Walken would be a good character for him, or maybe like I don't know, maybe a Vince Vaughn. I don't know. Anyone that can play a menacing billionaire would be a good fit for Seth Moriarty. I called him Seth because Seth is the god of mischief, and this guy's a very mischievous character. All right, so let me give you the plot. So it starts out in 1814 during the siege of the White House during the War of 1812, where the British invaded the White House and burnt it down. There they find a box that belongs to Isaac Newton. In the box is a series of bricks that have supernatural looking powers. Not magic, but very unusual abilities. Anyways, fast forward a couple hundred years, and we're back in DC at the National Archives Gala, 15 years after the previous one. Anyway, Ben and Abigail hitting it off. Seth Moriarty comes up and talks to Ben about the blocks. It ends up being a whole thing where the industrialist Seth Moriarty is trying to find the blocks that lead to an alleged ancient kingdom with technologies that are very advanced, and he wants to use them for his own political and financial gain. Ben can't allow that because he doesn't trust Seth's judgment, so Ben must stop him in order to save the world, basically. Here's a couple things involved with the script. We have Silicon Valley. Riley is actually the CEO of a startup company called Pool Tech in Silicon Valley. We go to St. Paul's Chapel. The FBI's involved. There's mercenaries. There we go to the House of the Temple. It's also very heavily based in the Trinity nuclear tests involving the Manhattan Project and Oppenheimer being a Freemason. Again, very, very silly, but I go with it. And that, of course, leads to Area 51, which Ben has to break into to steal the ancient secrets in Area 51, where Riley hacks a Predator drone. Anyway, it's ridiculous. We also get an appearance by the former president, who Ben kidnapped, but they're friends now, so it's cool. He has a Tennessee ranch. It's nice. I mean, I went crazy researching stuff, trying to make all these weird things fit in. I mean, we're talking about names: James Madison, Isaac Newton, George Washington, John Adams, the Federal Hall, Waco, Texas. Waco, Texas is a big issue because the antagonist, Seth Moriarty's family, was killed because they were Branch Davidians. It's ridiculous. We have Knights of the Temple of Solomon, John Locke's mentioned. We have a lot of Fibonacci sequences going on, New Mexico, Trinity Test, Oppenheimer, Keeper of the Journal, the Star-Spangled Banner. It's a code. We talk about the Bhagavad Gita. Don't worry, we cover page 47. That's crucial to the plot. We get into Homer's Odyssey, Flat Earth, the Magi. This movie's insane. I mean, I had a million more ideas I wanted to throw in. I wanted to throw in Werner von Braun, the Dead Sea Scrolls, Genghis Khan's tomb, but I couldn't fit him in, unfortunately. I was gonna go with NASA moon landings, but I mean, anyway, I tried to get as much as I could in the script, and it's just ridiculous. It's never gonna be made, but I think it's a good starting point. I think the first 10 pages have some serious promise, and the rest, you know, it's a good, you know, the backstory is good. I think it could be helpful in progressing the possible inception of the National Treasure 3 movie. I want it to be made. It has to be made. I think it'll solve a lot of issues in the world. I think the prescription to antidepressants will go extremely down if they make this movie. I think people will be happier. It may stop the issues in Syria. Who knows? We need to make National Treasure 3. And this right here, look, you have 141 pages of pure okayness that could be worked on by professional Hollywood writers if they choose. Make sure to send this video to Jerry Bruckheimer. Let him know we want National Treasure 3. Tell Disney to make it. And Nicolas Cage, if you're watching, in your boa constrictor lounge with your jewels and katana collection. Let's make it happen, man. Let's do this. Come on. I know you want to make it. I know you want to bring back Ben Gates. Ben Franklin Gates, that is. Anyways, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. I literally wrote National Treasure 3. That deserves 1 like, I think. Subscribe if you want. I make a lot of weird writing videos about movies. And as always,
If there's something wrong, those who have the ability to take action have the responsibility to take action.
I'll leave you with that.
But I'm just very upset right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go. But I'm not going to stop yelling because then that'll mean I lost the fight.